If you don't remember it,
Yeah.
I'll have to change it for you. And we can't do that.
Okay, good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the September 10th, 2024 Old Bridge Township Council meeting. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance. Please remain standing for a moment of silence and for our prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As customary in this chamber, we stand to remember those who are protecting our freedoms, both here and abroad, for our first responders, for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, and of course, this week, we remember 9/11. So a moment of silence, please. Our prayer, Mr. Pasquitti.
Dear Lord, bless thy servants in the ministry of public affairs who serve you in this chamber. Give us quiet minds and hearts that we may hear your voice. Help us to know when to speak, when to be silent. Give us strength to oppose the wrong and uphold the right. Grant that we have a good conscience and soul at peace with thee and with one another. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Everyone, please be seated. Good evening. And I'd like to turn this over now to Mayor Walker. Well, we'll do the roll call and then yeah, that's fine. Okay, go ahead. Roll call? Yes, please. Well, our clerk is out today, so we're kind of punting here. We're subbing a little bit. Okay, so,
All right.
okay.
Mr. Asatuli?
Yeah.
Ms. DeCaro?
Here.
Mr. De Palma?
Here.
Mr. Desai?
Here.
Mr. Garcia?
Here.
Mr. Murphy?
Is absent. He said he wouldn't be here.
Thank you. Mr. Pescitti?
Here.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Here.
President Sohar?
Here. Okay, thank you very
Be
much.
present.
Okay, so now, Mayor, if you'd like to start. I forgot she's not here.
Tonight, I am so proud to have with us the Sayrwood South baseball team. They are the 12U Sayrwood South All-Star Team, and they won the Cal Ripken Babe Ruth 2024 12U Northern New Jersey State Championship. This is the first time in the history of Old Bridge that the baseball team has won the state championship. So we're so proud of them. They've had a very busy night. They received some awards at Menino Park from Senator Henry tonight. They had an escorted ride here in a bus with the police, and I think they're very excited. So I just want to thank the coaches for everything you do, because without the coaches and the parents, the kids would not be able to do this. So thank all of you. I'd like to call up Brian Burns tonight, please. Brian does an amazing job. He really has the kids at heart. And I think I attribute it to the new fields at Menino, because they're such spectacular fields. So, Brian, I'd like to present you with this certificate. And then I'm going to hand it off to you to call up your coaches and the students. And did you want to say some words first?
No, I'll keep. They've heard me talk enough. I'm just very proud of them. They did an amazing job, and they deserve all the credit and accolades that they're getting for just really fighting. And it was amazing. It was just an amazing experience. All right, so we'll start with the coaches. Couldn't have done this without you guys. So, Coach Keith Santangelo. And actually, I do also, I need to thank everybody here, Matt. Tons and tons of work and effort goes into this. And it's not just from us, from the coaches, from the board. It's the town, it's the council, it's everybody. So a huge thank you to everybody. The experience of winning that at Menino was amazing. Coach Dave Vono. He has not let go of the trophy yet. Coach Chris Ward. All right, now the people that you're really here to see. Patrick Burns. Mason Santangelo. Christian Vono. CJ Ward. Leo Pluchino. Liam Cole. Robbie Hazel. Neil Ferrara. Colton Uvegas. Sal Lombardi. Jordan Livet. Ray Foley. Justin Tizio. Jackson Smith. And I think I just saw Matt Silva smile. So Matt Silva.
Of course. If I were Very nice. Congratulations. What a wonderful, wonderful honor that is. Very nice. Have a good night. Good night. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? It's sad. Oh, it's nice. I feel bad for it's horrible when you somebody's sick like that. Or what happened? We're good? Yep, go ahead.
Good evening. Tonight, I'm with Chief Montagna, and we're so proud to have another officer join the Old Bridge Police Department. John Roble. We're continuing to grow our police department, keep Old Bridge safe. Chief Montagna, take it over.
Thank you.
You're too tall.
There we go. I got it. As Chief of Police, let me begin by saying that I am extremely proud of the men and women of our department who serve and protect our residents and our community each and every day. I am especially honored when given the opportunity to enhance the department with new police officers. Tonight is one of those times. At this time, I would like to take a moment and tell you a little bit about John Robles' background. John comes to us from Long Hill Police Department, where he was an officer for 5 years. While with the Long Hill Police Department, he served as a patrol officer and a firearms instructor. He is a graduate of the Mercer County Police Academy and holds a Bachelor's of Science degree majoring in criminal justice from Westchester University. I'm pleased to present the newest member of the Old Bridge Township Police Department, John Roble.
Who's going to
Do you
hold the
want
Bible
to
for
call
him?
your family up? Just hold the Bible? Who's going to hold the baby?
Grandma.
You can have your son come up. He could hold the Bible. Okay.
So John, you're going to repeat after me. I'll go slow, so don't panic. Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, John Roble,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of my position of
all the duties of my position of
Old Bridge Township Police Officer
Old Bridge Township Police Officer
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We'll take some pictures and then.
John is badge number 304.
304.
So it's pretty amazing.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Good luck. Welcome aboard. We're very happy to have you. Congratulations. Yeah, can you? Thank you, sir. Sign. Huh? Now the paperwork, right? Okay. Okay. Yes. Oh, and he can get ready for bed. All right. Yeah. Congratulations again. Lots of luck. We're very happy to have you here in Old Bridge. workout today. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna do the announcement about the ordinance first, just to get the housekeeping about the ordinance being moved. That's first. Trust me. It's like, oh, calm down. Okay, well, have a good evening, and thank you again, everyone. Okay, I just want to make an announcement before we get into the body of the meeting. Ordinances for first reading was listed in FR1, an ordinance amending Chapter 273 of the Township Code entitled Lunch Wagons Mobile. Just so that everyone knows, it has been moved for the next meeting, so we will be discussing it, on October 8th. Okay, so I just want to make anyone in the audience know that change. Okay, next will be approval of minutes, resolution approving the regular combined council meeting minutes of August 13th, 2024. Do I have a motion? Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli. Roll call.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm a little
he's-
slower than she is.
Yeah, no,
I wanna
he's,
make sure I
yeah,
have all the
yeah.
motions and the seconds
Yes.
right, so
Yep.
the record's accurate.
Listen, without Kate tonight, we have 9 people who want to run the meeting, so it'll be a little crazy, but we'll get through. Okay.
Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy is absent. Councilman Pasquitti?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes. Okay, so 8 yes, 1 abstention. Next will be bill list, Mr. Garcia.
Okay, thank you. A bill list as of September 10, 2024. Accounts payable, September 10, 2024, $24,898,965.45. Payroll, August 16, 2024, $1,263,270.54. Payroll overtime, August 16, 2024, $41,446.22. Payroll, August 30, 2024, $1,190,111.39. Payroll overtime, August 30, 2024, $40,711.57. That finishes my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anna, do you have a breakdown for us of the overtime, please?
Yes, we did not have any major upticks in either of the overtime. The police overtime for the August 16 payroll was $27,002.79. Deduct grants, $4,318.21. Deduct ETO, $3,485 for a total of $19,199.58 and 268.5 men and women hours. For the August 30th payroll, the overtime for police was $22,878.82. Deduct grants, $6,762.33. Deduct ETO, $1,066.24 for a total of $4,456.25 and 290 men and women hours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion for the bill list?
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Pescetti, second by Mr. De Palma.
Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy is absent. Council Pasquitti?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
8 yes.
1 abstention. Okay, 1 absent. Okay, next will be public reading ordinances for second reading. H1, ordinance amending Chapter 250 of the Code of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Old Bridge Township Land Development Ordinance by amending various sections of the same. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Second? Okay, moved by Mr. Pescetti, second by Mr. Asatuli, and now I'll open it to the public. Is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing no hands, I will close the public portion, and I will ask for a roll call, please.
Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
No.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
No.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy? Absent. Councilman Pescetti?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar?
Yes.
6 yes, 2 nays, 1 abstention, or absent, it's not abstention, it's an absent,
Absent, right.
absent.
Correct.
Motion passes.
Okay. Next will be a discussion ordinance, and that's ordinance amending Chapter 169 entitled Festivals, Mass Gatherings. Good evening, gentlemen. Can you?
It's up at the second page at the top.
Thank you. Good evening, gentlemen and Mayor. We're here tonight to do final discussion on this mass assembly ordinance. I know it's been amended a few times, but as we roll it out, we see things that need to be maybe, tweaked a little bit and so on. So we wanted to just make sure that we have an ordinance that works and that fits for everyone. So do you have anything you want to add to us about this tonight?
I just,
Thank you. It's Captain Blahota for the record.
one of the things we wanted to change was we want to have a middle-of-the-road number for officers and attendees. That's one of the main aspects of why we're up here. It's common ground for safety and financial ability of the person holding the event to be able to afford a reason for the officer. So we feel we have a pretty good balance, and hopefully, if there's any questions regarding that, that's the major change. We want to be safe and affordable.
So much for all the time that you gentlemen have spent, and Mayor, trying to, make this a good fit. There is a lot to be considered. It's important. Safety is important. And like you said, there are times when financially, too, you try to be reasonable, So I appreciate all the time that everyone has put into this. Does any council member have a question? No? Anyone on my right, a question? Okay. Attorney?
No, I don't have any questions.
Good, okay. All right, very good. Thank you. Mayor, do you want to add anything? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes when something starts out, you have to have a trial run, see how it goes. Right. Yeah, and we want to work with the residents as well, so. Right, yeah, and you want to make it reasonable, but you want to be safe, as you said. So I thank you really, all of you, Aaron, Mike, everybody, Mike, thank you so much. Okay, so if everyone has the consensus, can we bring this to a first reading? All right, so I'd like to get a motion
Motion
to move it to first reading first. I know, I'm with Kenny tonight. First reading, a motion to move it to first reading. Do I have?
Move it.
Okay. And who seconds?
Second.
Okay. Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mrs. DeCaro. Okay.
Second
Oh.
by Ms. DeCaro, is that correct?
Okay.
Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy is absent. Councilman Pasquini.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
It's 8 yes, 1 absent. That moves it to the first reading.
Now we'll vote on first reading. Do I have?
Motion,
Move it.
Okay.
second.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli. Okay,
Was that right, Doctor?
yes.
And Councilman Asatuli, second.
Right, so now we'll go for first reading.
Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai.
Yes.
Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy is absent. Councilman Pasquini.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes, so it'll be moved to first reading, which will be at our next meeting, which
No,
is.
second reading.
A second reading, I'm
This is-
sorry,
we
excuse
moved
me.
it to first
Right,
tonight.
be October
Second
8th,
reading.
correct? Okay, yes, second
October
reading,
8th.
October 8th. Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much.
Everybody, really appreciate. Next will be our consent agenda. I'll ask for a motion in a second, and then we'll ask for separations.
Move it.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli. Second by Councilman Asatuli. Okay, and now separations.
Start from the left, I guess. Councilman Desai. Any separation?
No.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
No, thank you.
Councilman DePalma.
None, thank you.
And starting the other side, be Councilman Pasquini.
No separations, thank you.
Councilman Garcia.
None, thank you.
Councilman Asatuli.
No, thank you.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
No, thank you.
And Council President Sohar.
No, thank you. So roll call, please, on the whole consent
Roll
agenda.
call on the consent agenda. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai.
Yes.
Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy is absent. Councilman Pasquini.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
8 yes, 1 absent.
Okay, thank you. Next will be report of the Township Clerk. She's not here this evening. Township Attorney, any report?
Just briefly, I just want to reiterate what council had indicated. It took a long time to get the mass gathering festivals ordinance redone. Actually, we've been working on it since last year and involved a lot of input from the police department, emergency services, et cetera. So it was a chore that was undertaken and well done, so on that. As to one other issue, there was just a little background on the, oh, actually, it's not on here, okay. There was something that was on the agenda that was taken off completely in a timely fashion, had to do with liquor licenses, but that'll be heard again, that'll be heard at the October meeting. So other than that, no.
You're good? Okay, thank you very much. Administrative report?
Yes, thank you. I have a few things for all of you, so bear with me. 2024 Annual Road Replacement Program. On August 28, 2024, at 1 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the 2024 Annual Road Resurfacing Contract Number 2024-39. Bids from 11 contractors were received, with Discover Construction LLC being the lowest qualified bidder. The project will include milling, resurfacing, pavement striping, and markings, installation of under drains, and construction of ADA-compliant curb ramps. Construction is scheduled to begin in fall of '24 for the duration of 90 calendar days. Visit oldbridge.com/projects to view the contract plans. 2024 commuter parking lot restriping. On August 28, 2024, at 2 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the 2024 commuter parking lot restriping, contract number 2024-51. Bids from 2 contractors were received, with Dan Swayze and Son Incorporated being the lowest qualified bidder. The project will include restriping of the Westminster Boulevard and Inverness Drive commuter parking lots. Restriping is scheduled to begin in fall of '24 for a duration of 1 week. Old Bridge Township will post a work schedule on all social media outlets to alert our commuters of the lot closures. Visit oldbridge.com/projects to view the contract plans. Fiscal year 2023 Old Bridge Township CAPER draft. In accordance with U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's Community Development Block Grant Regulations, the Township of Old Bridge has prepared its fiscal year 2023 Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, also known as CAPER, for its Community Development Block Grant Program. The public comment period for the 2023 CAPER will be held from September 9, 2024 through September 24, 2024. Citizens have 15 days to review the document and submit comments. Resident comments on the plan should be submitted to my office on or before 4:30 p.m. on September 24, 2024. A public hearing to share program performance and receive public input on the report has been scheduled for September 16, 2024 at 3 p.m. in Conference Room 217, located on the second floor of the Administration Building. Visit oldbridge.com/projects to view the draft 2023 CAPER. September 11th Memorial Service. Old Bridge Township will hold its September 11th Memorial Service on Wednesday, September 11th at 6 p.m. at the Old Bridge Municipal Complex 911 Memorial Site by the library. It will also be live streamed on the Township's YouTube channel. Old Bridge Day. Please join us for Old Bridge Day on Saturday, September 21st from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Municipal Complex. For more information, please visit oldbridge.com/recreation or call 732-721-5600, extension 4999. Recreation brochure. The Parks and Recreation Department's Fall 2024 brochure is now available on our website. It describes programs offered by the Township for children and adults. Registration for residents will open on Tuesday, September 10th at 6 p.m., and for non-residents on Tuesday, September 17th at 6 p.m. To see the full brochure and to register for classes, please visit oldbridge.com/recreation. Bond Anticipation Note, or BAN sale. On Wednesday, August 28, 2024, the Department of Finance received 4 bids for the sale of $16 million of notes consisting of $9 million bond anticipation notes and $7 million emergency notes scheduled to mature on September 11, 2025. The winning bid from Jeffries LLC has a net interest cost of 3.1978%, or $500,222.22. The net interest costs ranged from 3.1978% to 4.4%. Silver lining wins big at New Jersey Senior Olympics. This past weekend, several members of our Silver Linings Senior Center program competed in various sports at the New Jersey Senior Olympics. 4 of our members medaled in the billiards category. Paul Kienhofer and Joel Kahn took home the bronze in their respective age groups. Marlene Kienhofer took home a silver medal, and Dinko Busenik won the gold in his age group. Congratulations to all of them, and thank you for representing Old Bridge. Fall television pickup. The Public Works Department will be picking up TVs curbside this October by appointment. This special pickup is for TVs only, any size, any type. Wards 1, 2, and 3 will be picked up on Tuesday, October 8th. Wards 4, 5, and 6 will be picked up on Thursday, October 10th. Please visit oldbridge.com/recycling to make an appointment and for more details. Old Bridge Township Paper Shred Event. There will be a Township Paper Shred Event on Friday, October 11th. The truck will be in Cheesequick Village from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then at the Municipal Complex from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. or until the truck is full. Please check oldbridge.com/recycling for more details. And I do have one quick thing to add. Today I happened to be by the 9/11 Memorial Site. looking over to Cottrell and seeing still lots of cars going in and out of the park. I'm very happy to see that even though the splash park has closed, the playground is very much active, the park is very much active. I would like to thank our Public Works Department and our Parks and Recreation Department, our Buildings and Grounds Foreman Kevin Cole, our Parks Foreman John Hughes, and their crews, as well as our two directors, Casey Lenning and Matt Mercurio, for overseeing a great season, first season of the splash pad. And we can't wait to reopen it next year, Memorial Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna. Does any council person have a question or a comment for Anna? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll take a motion to accept her report.
Move it.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli.
Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy is absent. Councilman Pasquini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar?
Yes.
8 yeses.
Okay, next will be public comment on any subject matter for a maximum period. 3 minutes. Okay, go ahead, sir.
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. This section is open for any topic or items in the consent agenda. In accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the Old Bridge Rules of Council, the council asks the public to limit their comments to 3 minutes or less. Any one member of the public shall approach to speak to council at a time. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comments until the speaker has finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer period. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the corresponding department's office during regular business hours. The township clerk will regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting. And we do have a timer that we start. So when you approach, we just ask that you give us your name, no need for an address.
All right, we're good? Thank you. Is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard this evening? Please come forward. Good evening.
I'm Scott Landrew. I'm old enough to remember back in the days when cable was a brand-new thing, that we had 3 channels to choose from, and it was a luxury to have cable. Nowadays, schools, work, the world at large is a necessity in a house, no longer a luxury. We are beholden to Optimum, who is every resident I've talked to in my neighborhoods and in town, all have problems with the way they conduct their business and the service they provide to the residents. This is becoming especially burdensome to residents, being so dependent on remote work options, school every day with the children. We got to have an alternative. I reached out to FiOS. They tell me that the town is holding up bringing in any kind of additional access to FiOS. I've also read on the internet that they're having their issues and trying to offload it on other companies. If there's anything that our town is doing to prevent that, I would strongly ask that we remove those barriers and provide residents the option to an alternative for a vitally needed resource in the neighborhood. If it's not, tell us and we'll go mobilize on Verizon and whoever else is involved in bringing FiOS in.
Okay. Can I make a just quick suggestion? If you put it together in an email explaining what you've heard and all of that, you know, and send it to the township, then we can, you know, address it and see what exactly maybe is going on. You know, because if you're saying, again, the township has a role in maybe not whatever participating, just put it in an email and send it to the business administrator, and that will give her an opportunity to review and see, you know, assess as to what's going on.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Great.
All right, great.
you.
Thank you so much. You have a good evening.
Sir? I currently have FiOS. I live in Old Bridge, so I don't think it's a township issue. It may just be a FiOS issue, but I personally have FiOS.
Are you down the south side of,
It's the other
town?
side.
I'm on the other side, okay.
Oh,
Well, I thought
okay.
I thought you meant in Old Bridge in general.
Yeah, no, yeah, it doesn't come to our area, and they told me when I called Verizon that it was held up by the town.
Can I make a comment? That is not true.
I
Yeah,
didn't take their word as.
FiOS came through town many years ago. I happen to live on the side where Kevin lives, that FiOS invested money. Originally, cable had invested in the whole town and put the cable throughout. So we are kind of at their mercy. FiOS came in and only put in a little portion of the town. It was very expensive, so they stopped. And I heard they're not coming back because there's new technology out there and they're waiting. They don't want to invest money in it, but the township is not stopping it because we would love to have competition. Because at least we have choices. I do feel bad that you don't have choices like that, but cable put the initial investment in, all the cables, and I think your best bet, if it were me, I'd get a group together and go to the public utilities and make a complaint, a formal complaint with the public utilities about cable.
Great, thank you.
That's what I would do.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mayor.
do send it out so that we can, check it out, what your concerns. what-
Yes, we could send it to the public. If you could send us that in writing, it's mayor@oldbridge.com. And did you want to say something? Okay.
You'll give him my email address.
Thank you.
Yep, no worries. Okay.
Anyone else would like
Is there any?
to speak?
May I sit down?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just turn the microphone on so that it's recorded. Just press that button. When it turns green, you're good to go. There you go.
Before I start my remarks, I request not to be interrupted. I've been an active member of this community for nearly 25 years, continuously working towards the improvement of our community. At the previous meeting, Anita raised several points, chief among them. I think we're getting feedback. Can we stop the clock for a
Well, it
second?
might have to do with you're too close to the microphone.
Okay. Chief among them was people who contact me instead of approaching council at large, mayor representatives of Ward 1, 2, 5, and 6. The answer is straightforward. I act on the questions and deliver results. I receive zero financial compensation, and yet I work to ensure that my community enjoys the same opportunities as other more privileged wards. My focus has been addressing the issues in my neighborhoods that may be indifferent to those of you on the council. Today's pressing issues are the electric costs. 3 years ago, our community voted to adopt clean, affordable, and discounted energy, where it was your responsibility to lower electric bills and provide clean energy for all residents. The obligation remains unmet. Residents face $700 a month electric bills while you ignore the responsibility that was given to you. With various excuses by council member and the transition to clean energy would come with significant cost reductions, but it's clear to us that you don't seem to have it as your top priority. Concerning illegal dumping and the absence of bulk garbage pickup, I'd like to commend the outstanding Public Works Department. They know I love them. They consistently strive to address problematic areas. However, illegal dumping continues unabated behind Club 516 in Ward 5. I'm sure that Public Works has brought this to the attention of the Township administration, though none of the council has spoken up on this illegal dumping. Mayor and council, you vowed to fix the broken permitting and building departments throughout the more than 14 years in office. Despite various complaints by residents and businesses, no steps have been taken to fix these departments during your long tenures. Anita, at the last meeting, you overlooked a key point to the waterfront cleanups, the $21 million we're going to include. The Republican mayor, George Bush, in 1983, and Republican council majority decided to pass the substantial expenses onto the Old Bridge residents. This was instead of holding the companies entirely responsible for dumping or building the toxic waste wall. That Republican leadership chose to burden our taxpayers with the millions of dollars. The responsibility rests solely on the Old Bridge Republican politicians. By the way, community discourse is crucial, yet a zoning board appointee attempted to ruin a positive event due to her dislike of anything pride-related. Anita, I do have to say, I thought it was really odd that you remarked about the public parking because you knew I was waiting as a designated driver for my disabled colleague. I can put the video on social media if you'd like me to, so the community can decide how you behave. Finally, Darren, I didn't touch you at the Pride event I organized. Please don't flatter yourself. However, worth noting, several of the individuals at the Pride event did feel uncomfortable with your repeated touching of them at the event. Your behavior was intrusive, hands-on, and for the record, my name is Nina Joknowitz, pronounce it correctly or not at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other members of the public that would like to speak?
Come on, Nina, we all want to go home too.
I know, it's hard to.
We all want to go home. Evening, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I just want to say thank you again for hearing me last time we spoke, and those who were able to reach out and speak to me. I do appreciate it. I do want to hear from everyone in regards to trying to open a dispensary here in Old Bridge. Like I said, my name is Michael. I do live here. I am looking to do this. I am looking to bring it to the town. I see not just the benefit for the immediate, I see the benefit down the road, challenges that we're facing, but I can't do it without feedback from the council. I have found it a little bit harder than I thought it would be to have conversations. Again, it's just conversations to understand where everyone's falling. I will put it on the back burner, but I do want to say thank you for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day in this town and every town across the U.S. Myself being a disabled veteran, I look forward to being there tomorrow and celebrating such a sad day, but celebrating the fact that we have progressed and keep going forward. So thank you very much.
Good evening, council members. Thanks for the opportunity to address you today. I'm a resident of Old Bridge, here with my neighbors of Woodhaven community in the Woodhaven Commons off Texas Road, which I'm sure you're familiar with. I'm here to discuss a pressing issue affecting the safety and well-being of our community. Recently, our neighborhood has experienced a troubling increase in security incidents. Over the past few months, we've been seeing a significant rise in these events. Personally, my home was robbed and ransacked on July 9th. Many personal items stolen, totally ransacked, and we actually have a newer incident where a teenage girl was attempted to be lured into a man's vehicle, which is reported on the record. It was called into the police. With over 100 new homes opening soon in our development, our safety concerns are growing more urgent. To provide a clearer picture, our existing security infrastructure is inadequate. Out of 15 installed cameras, only 11 are operational, which is not very many cameras for such a large community. 3 cameras are obstructed by trees. 1 is not functional at all. And the reason I do know this is because I spent 2 hours with one of the Old Bridge detectives reviewing all the footage to attempt to see who robbed my house. And it's evident that our surveillance system is insufficient to meet the security needs of our expanding community. The Woodhaven community, managed by Middlesex Management and Atlantic Realty, is growing rapidly, but their security measures have not kept pace with this growth. Currently, there's only 1 security guard stationed at the clubhouse until 11 p.m. This guard doesn't have access to any cameras, not responsible for anything outside the clubhouse. This arrangement is insufficient to ensure the safety of our residents and our children, especially given the recent uptick in criminal activity. We have taken steps as a community to try to deal with these issues. A large majority of our neighbors have doorbell cameras. We have filed police reports for every incident that we've noticed, and we do report suspicious vehicles in our community. However, relying on, we do call the Old Bridge Police Department to request patrols, but relying on them is not sustainable for you guys and strains our your resources. Therefore, we are requesting the following actions to enhance our community's security. Number 1, press Middlesex Management to provide 24/7 on-site security personnel. Number 2, increase the number of security cameras and ensure their proper functionality. This will improve monitoring and response to incidents. Just one more. And number 3, we want to consider a dedicated security staff or patrol with access to our community's camera system. And in conclusion, we're just asking for your support and advocating for immediate improvements to our security. And our goal is to ensure a safe environment for all residents, especially our children. And I thank you for your attention, and with your help, I'm confident we can address these challenges.
Thank you very much. Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Old Bridge. My name is Crystal Cornish, and as Emily has stated, that is where we all are coming from in concern on this evening. As a member of clergy, it is my duty to report to you what goes on in our community. I had great concern, as Emily has, in the past summer that we've had. My family and I have moved to Old Bridge for a better life for our children, especially for our schools. And Mr. Cetadino has an amazing job in what he's done in our school district. Unfortunately, now where we live, we have major concern of safety concerns for not only for us, but for our children. Unfortunately, what Emily is saying is actually correct. Middlesex management and the Atlantic Realty does not care about what happens. We've called multiple times, we've sent emails, we've even tried to go to their office. They ignore us. They tell us, I'm sorry, you don't have an appointment, you have to leave. No emails are being answered. No one is providing an answer. As calling the Old Bridge PD and speaking to one of the detectives that were on the case in several break-ins, he had made me aware to come down to these meetings to talk to you fine people to see what more can be done, because police presence is needed where we are right now. And our fine gentlemen and women are taking care of us. However, they may be a little short-staffed as well. So their attention is also somewhere else, you know, and as big as a community as we are, and now with all the new buildings and residents and new public places to go eat are being made. Unfortunately, they can only be in certain areas at certain times. So it's very imperative that we have our men and women in blue out on the street for us. I lived in a community at one time where they used to come and they used to say hello to everyone in the neighborhood and engage with our children and play basketball as they needed. We don't have that here yet, as I've seen. You know, it's very hard to have my children be this worried and concerned. And unfortunately, our daughters are in college and they come home late. They work 2 jobs, they go to school at night, and then they come home. And every night, my husband and I are up late making sure that they walk through the door safely. Now I have to have cameras inside my home, in the back of my balcony, at my door, and then telling my son, don't open the door. You have to make sure that you go and reach the speaker and say, who is it? Or if we're not home and unfortunately, we all have to work full time in order to support where we live. So every once in a while, my high schooler has to be home and I'm not. So making sure that the cameras are working. This is not what we believe in Old Bridge. This is not what we've become. And coming to you guys with this concern is what we need.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak? Okay, seeing no hands, we will close the public portion.
I think the
We're gonna
chief would
allow-
like to
Yeah,
come
of
forward
course,
and
yeah.
address an issue.
Right. Oh, no, absolutely.
Thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me, and I appreciate the residents coming up and expressing those concerns, but they're not accurate. We had 1 burglary in that development in July. It was 1 incident. We also, the alluring incident was an adult, and she was approached by an individual who asked for her number. With that being said, in 2018, I built this school security program. That's, and it's school, our children in this township are extremely important to me. We are an extremely proactive police department, and we have, our young officers are out there every single day. They're in Woodhaven. We have our detectives out there, our anti-crime unit. You may not see what's going on in your streets, but it was told to me today that someone is on a Ring app that is spreading misinformation about crimes in this development. And when we did an audit, we had 1 burglary in town, 1 burglary in that development, and the 1 incident she talked about. There was no other reported incidents to the police department, and if they were, we would address it. So I think what needs to happen is if something does happen in your neighborhood, and I'll be willing to sit down with you guys. You can come to my office and we can work, and address your concerns. But trust me, our police department is out there every single day in every neighborhood in the township. Since I became chief, we have our detectives are now required to go out and patrol. Our traffic unit is in patrol. And our anti-crime is out there. We expanded that unit. So they are all over town. Matter of fact, yesterday I got a report from our anti-crime, and it was 4 pages long. This past weekend, we had 23 arrests in town. That's how proactive our officers are. But I really would like you guys to come sit down with me, and I'll address all your concerns. And I'm sure you'll be happy to know that, we're here, and whatever you need, and we're good to go. So, all right?
Coming up and explaining. It's appreciated. Okay, are we,
Any other comments? Motion to close?
okay. Next, we're going to go to,
Motion to close?
yeah. You don't have to vote on it. We just close it.
Okay.
I close it, yeah. Okay, next is council member comments. Yeah, the president closes that. Okay, so we'll start, you'll go alphabetically.
Okay. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes, I just want to say congratulations to the new police officer. It's really nice to see that we're putting more cops on the street, which is a compliment to all you guys, and it's something that public safety is our #1 priority, and thank you to you guys, and may God bless him and his family. And I want to say congratulations to the 12U softball team. That was unbelievably beautiful. They crushed it. And I was talking to Kevin, right, Kev? And if you looked at the coach, he had tears in his eyes. I felt that. That's passion when you love these kids and when you see them win. I mean, he couldn't even talk. It's really nice to see that we have some good news in town and to celebrate some good stuff. So may God bless his family and the new officer, and thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes, thank you. Thank you guys for coming out to speak tonight. Safety is a huge, it's very important. We all need to feel safe in our homes. So I appreciate you guys coming out. And I appreciate Chief Montagna, I appreciate you coming up and speaking. And that would be great if you guys could all sit down and talk about, your needs and how you feel and the perspective from you, Chief, to help these residents in Woodhaven. And I'd love to hear, the follow-up on how that goes. I think my question, because it's come up, are we at our quota with the amount of officers? I know we're hiring, I know we hired today. How are we with our quota of what our ordinance is as far as how many police officers?
We're still working on hiring. I think we're fully staffed. We had a few retirements. And
We are, okay.
Yeah, but we're fully at our staffing. So as soon as somebody retires, we try very hard to recruit. Chief and the entire police department, our captains have been very actively recruiting. John was an example of that today. So as soon as somebody goes, we obviously will miss them, but we try to replace them as fast as we can. So
Okay,
Safety
thank
is our
you.
#1 priority. Yes.
But we're at full capacity. And we're out there every single day. And these guys, these men and women, we're lucky. We're one of the top police departments in the state of New York. So these residents, trust me, we're lucky. Our guys are out there working hard. And we'll sit down and we'll talk.
Safety is our #1 priority. We're trying to build the police department. And the problem is, It's a lot of the state rules. The police officers' hands are tied. Unfortunately, they arrest people, they're right back out on the street. That's, to me, is the biggest problem, that these criminals have to be held accountable, especially juveniles. The repeat offenders, they could, I think one suspect had robbed a car 16 times. After 3 times, you should be tried as an adult. I mean, I think that's the only way it's gonna stop, is if you get punished. So the laws needs to change, and the Attorney General has to take a stronger stand on this, because this is not just happening in New Jersey. This is all of Old Bridge. It's terrible. I have cameras inside my house, outside my house. It's terrible that we have to live like this, but until the laws change, and I think it's important that everyone should write to the governor and the Attorney General and say, we're fed up. I think that's how we'll get some action here, because it's not the police officers. They just constantly arresting the same people over and over. What's that? Oh, you just go online. You could call your state, well, Senator Henry's right here in Old Bridge, and also the governor, Governor Murphy. You can look that up online, yes. And then you could be in touch with the chief.
Okay. So like I said, I'm happy that you guys, I'm not happy for the reason that you came out, but I'm glad that you did come out, and you'll have some open dialogue with the chief. And, because we are all very, safety is the top priority. So anyway, that's really all I have to say. I do want to congratulate the new officer, John Roble. Way to go. And the 12U Sayerwood South baseball team. It's great that we have champions in our town. And that's it. I wanted to welcome all the students back to a great year. And I hope everyone has a great fall. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman DePalma?
Thank you. Congrats to our new officer. Tom, maybe we could put him in Woodhaven, drive him around, get him used to it. Also, congratulations to Saywood South. I know a lot of those coaches personally. One of the coaches played in the same Little League as I did, played actually with my older brother, so congratulations to them. It's a great feat. One thing I just want to touch on, this Friday night at the Old Bridge High School football game, the Student Senate with the Maria Tafaro Foundation are holding a holiday toy drive to benefit the JFK University Medical Center. So anyone who is around, right, those games get pretty crowded on Friday nights. If you are around and you are going to the game, please bring, if you can, an unwrapped toy or gift card to the game. All those toys and gift cards will be going towards the JFK University Medical Center. I will be there. I am planning on bringing a bunch of toys, bunch of gift cards as well. So I hope to see as many folks come out. And we'll typically get about 3,500, 4,000 people at a game. So if everyone brings one toy, we could fill up the box truck that they're having. So I'll challenge everybody in the town to see if we could fill that box truck. Also, tomorrow is September 11th. Obviously, we are having our event here tomorrow. It's one of those weird days for me, as in I had family members who were there. I've had friends and good friends' parents have passed away in that. Please keep that date in your mind. Keep those families and those folks that perished in their mind. Unfortunately, I've seen over the past now 23 years, but I don't want to say the enthusiasm, but the recognition of that day and what happened on that day is starting to dwindle. Let's make sure that it does not, right? That day, September 11th, that morning, changed this country profoundly. Let's make sure that we don't forget it. I was talking to somebody yesterday about this, similar to D-Day. D-Day seems to be an afterthought to a lot of folks, and it shouldn't. September 11th should never be an afterthought in what happened in this country. So please make sure we keep everybody that lost someone, loved ones, friends, whatever that may be, keep them in your mind tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Desai?
Short comment. Good night, Old Bridge. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Garcia?
That was kind of short. I'll be a little bit longer. I also want to congratulate our new appointed police officer. Let's keep him safe. Hopefully he has a long career. Just keep him safe. Also, 12U baseball team. It's always nice to win your first championship. They'll always remember this. Like we said earlier, the coach was really struck by this, and it was a great thing. So he's an emotional guy. You never forget your first one. So let's hope they have more going forward. And 911, as I said, it is tomorrow. Let's never forget. That's all. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Murphy is absent. Councilman Pasquitti?
No comment, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes. First of all, it was so nice to see several South Little League, and I hope they always have a passion for something, to focus on something and have a positive direction in your life. Because this past few weeks, we had in the center of our town, in the courtyard, the Municipal Alliance Memorial Service for all those who's passed from drug overdoses, and it's tragic. But that hit me hard. But then I went to Hackensack Meridian, and it was the Black Poster Project. And to see all the people that had been affected, that overdosed on drugs, is absolutely heartbreaking. After I went to that night, I didn't sleep very well. To see personally all those pictures and read the stories, and not only about their families. And it's terribly tragic that to think that some people weren't drug addicts. They took one pill for thinking it was something else, and it was fentanyl. And to think in this country that we have drugs flooding into this country, not only from the borders, you say from the south border, they're flying them in, they're coming in every border, planes, our ports, and people are dying every day. So those people are gone, but the people they left behind, it's really torturous for them for the rest of their lives. Children who have lost parents, the effect that it has on children is very profound. So when I look at those kids at this point in their life, how happy they are, the things that they have achieved, I hope they're throughout their whole entire life that someone can find one thing that will really capture them instead of doing drugs, because no drug is good. And everyone can do something, but one person can take it and have the receptors, and honestly, they can be addicted for life, and it's a life torture. So I keep them in my prayers, and I want to thank everyone on the Municipal Alliance for doing what they're doing. I want to thank Hackensack Meridian for bringing this project forward, and for all the volunteers that were there. And it is very, very important. And so I hope everyone thinks about that. I remember, when they say just don't do drugs, but it is a simple thing. Don't do it. Find something else to do that will capture you and give you a passion to move forward in life, because life is precious and life is very fleeting. So with that said, also with Woodhaven, all of us are committed to public safety. Our police department is committed to public safety. But I will have to say, it is tragic that people come into this town. We want a safe town. They come into this town from other areas, whether it's New York, Newark, Philadelphia, wherever they come from. But I can tell you case after case where these policemen put themselves in a position to do the right thing, arrest people, send them to the county, and they're released. What sense does that make? And it puts the policemen in a very difficult situation. So they are doing their best, but these laws have to change. They do have to change. It makes no sense. If you don't correct someone when they're doing a small crime, they get away with it, it's a big crime. And it just is going to go on and on. So we are all with you, stand with you. We will do what you want, what we can for you. But I will also tell you, you were speaking about security guards. in your community, whether it's a homeowner association, I'm not really that familiar with it, we don't have any jurisdiction over that. So that you have to go through your homeowners association. And it is terrible that everyone has to police, so, you have to think of these. Could you imagine thinking that when you were growing up that you had to have cameras outside your house and inside your house? This is a totally different world we're living in, and it doesn't make much sense. And I don't know where we're going, but I know our police department is doing the best, and we are committed to you. But as the mayor has said, these laws have to change. It is just crazy. The criminal has more right than a victim. That does not make sense. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President?
Yeah, I'll just finish by saying also with Woodhaven, you have a really good ear in our new chief and his, all the officers. I think his biggest thing is communication. As you were saying, you know, how they used to come out and play ball and, you know, be active in the community. And I think that's his goal, to have, you know, the opportunity to meet people, like he said, come to my office. So that's a big step. I really mean that. Communication is paramount, and he's here and he's willing to do that, as well as his captains and all his staff. As far as the HOA is concerned, and, you know, we're saying security and all, I don't know what the composition of your board is. How much is still the builder on your board? How much are you all residents on the board? You know, because the seats change as the amount of people are in the homes. So sometimes your board might have still the majority of the builder on there. I don't know what the composition is. So that's something that you have to look into to see if you have the majority to request things as a board. So that's something you can look into as well. I don't know if any of you are on the home board, the home association board. Okay, so then check on the composition, because if the builder still has control, it's a little bit different. Okay, as far as things going on in town, there's a lot now. Tomorrow night, as we said, is 9/11. I don't know if everyone has been to our memorial. It's right there by the library. It's absolutely beautiful. And I mean, as the years have gone by, naturally, it's just become a place where people like to go to reflect. So if you have an opportunity, if you can't go tomorrow night, then please, by all means, stop there. It's just a very, very, very pretty place. And Old Bridge Day, you know, September 21st, for the families, please come out. That's why we try to do as much as we can to encourage, you know, everyone in town to get together and provide those kind of events for people. So please do. And of course, congratulations to the new officer. We hope this is, as we said, we're growing, and that's a good thing. And of course, the baseball team as well, Brian Burns and the coaches, the kids, that was fantastic. So everyone just have a very, very good week. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna go.
Thank you, Council President.
We're going to go closed session.
Yeah, at this time, there's a resolution to exclude the public. Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Oldbridge that the public shall be excluded from this meeting pursuant to NJSA 10:4-13 for matters regarding litigation update versus the Township of Oldbridge. Be it further resolved that this meeting shall not reconvene this evening, and the minutes, other records of this discussion shall be available to disclose to the public when the need for its exclusion from public no longer exists, as determined by vote of the governing body at a public session. Can I have the motion?
Second.
Who moved?
Dr. Greenberg Belli.
And then seconded was Mr. Asatuli. Mr. Asatuli? So I'm calling for the vote. Roll call. Mr. Asatuli?
Yes.
Ms. DeCaro?
Yes.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Yes. No? Is that what you said? Oh. Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy is absent. Mr. Pescitti?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And President Sohar?
Yes.
So moved? 8 yes, 1 absent. So at this juncture, we need to